How Disney changed Miramax. Miramax started out as a business that bought and distributed films. They worked with small studios and independent filmmakers. The popularity of VHS and the home cinema market meant that many new filmmakers had a chance to make their own films, and Miramax was just one company who made a lot of money investing in these cheap movies. Miramax steadily grew and were acquired by the much larger Disney Corporation. Once they were owned by Disney, they had much more money to use and moved towards producing their own films. This system was beneficial for both Miramax and Disney. Miramax were given the money and freedom to make what they wanted, and Disney were able to profit off of films that had the potential to hurt their family-friendly image, as many movie fans didn't even realize that these Miramax films were even connected to Disney. Miramax looked for young, dynamic directors whose films often included violence, bad language, conversations about sex, and many other topics Disney would not normally approach. Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino. Perhaps one of the most famous of the 1990s independent films, its all-star cast, cool visuals, and a budget of over $8 million made it one of the most expensive independent films of this time. It was very successful, earning more than $200 million at the box office and winning numerous awards. It was the first film that Miramax financed after the Disney acquisition, and proof that this relationship could work. It was Tarantino's most successful film to date, and is still regarded as one of his best films. Clerks, Kevin Smith. Made on a budget of just $27,575, Clerks was shot on black and white film, shot in the convenience store Smith worked in, and financed on a combination of the director selling his comic book collection and using his credit cards. Miramax distributed the film, and it became a cult classic, earning a reported $3 million at the box office. Not only did Miramax have the power to get the film onto cinema screens, it also had the influence to lower the original MPAA rating of NC-17 to an R rating, which made it more accessible to a wider audience. El Mariachi, Robert Rodriguez. El Mariachi is a film that had the style of Pulp Fiction on the budget of Clerks. The film follows a man called Azul, who is carrying a guitar case filled with guns and is hunting down a drug lord. The film had a budget of just $7,000, and Rodriguez did everything possible to keep the budget low. Filming with 16mm film, editing everything himself, and taking on as many jobs behind the scenes as possible. Each of these 3 films were all very different and made on increasingly small budgets. However, they were all aimed at a young adult audience, people similar in age to the directors themselves, and all featured drugs, sex, bad language, and at least some degree of violence.